Good evening, sports fans, and welcome to Linn-Mar High School, home of the Linn-Mar Lions. Tonight, the Linn-Mar girls varsity team will be taking on a very tough 12-7 Cedar Rapids Washington Warriors team. I'm Alex Ellington, and this is Michael Morrell here with me. Michael, how do you see this game probably turning out for tonight?
Well, Linn-Mar's definitely going to have to play one of their better games of the season to come out victorious. This is a very talented and very tall Washington team. They're going to have a very good front court, and without Cheatham, we're going to have to really work hard to stop that front court.
So, give me a few of the key players for tonight's game then. You named Shanice Cheatham. She's out for the season with an ACL tear. Who's going to step up and take her place?
Well, Michaela Brand has been that person all year. She's scored, she's got assists, she's created shots. She's the heart and soul of this team. She's the leader, and you wonder if that comes from the coach, who happens to be her dad. And also, you look at players like Courtney Major, who's scored about 8 points a game, and Sarah Straw, who scored 6 points a game. And there's also one more person, and Lainey Nieder. She's a freshman, and she came in the middle of the season, and right away she came up on the bench and made an impact, averaging 4 points a game.
So with all these players, these new players coming in for Linn-Mar, how do you see them growing over the years? The sophomore team that just played earlier won a 56-34 game. How do you see those girls impacting the team next year?
Well, next year it's a bright future because not only do we have all those talented sophomores coming in, a freshman in Lainey Nieder, but you have all but two are juniors, and the rest are juniors and Lainey Nieder as a freshman. But there will be a lot of seniors on this team, so a lot of experience, plus all those sophomores coming on. We're going to have a lot of talent and a lot of experience next year.
And so, going back to tonight's game between Linn-Mar and Washington, how do you see Washington having an impact in the game? Give me some key players of theirs that'll be a huge impact for tonight's game.
Yeah, well, Danielle Franklin, a sophomore, leads the team in scoring with about 13 points a game. And not only that, but she's 6 feet tall. And she's a power forward. She's not even the center. So, and our center is 6'2", and no one else is even close to 6 foot. So,
so that's obviously a huge difference throughout the game tonight. Who else for Wash is going to be a big impact besides Danielle?
Well, you're going to see Abby Hurd and Jazz Royster, also 6 foot, also are 6 foot and 5'10". And they're scoring about 9 points a game, both of them. And then they're both juniors, or a senior and a junior. And then you have Tasha Roundtree, who is really the point guard of this team. She's the leader when it comes to the backcourt. So she's going to be the one that's more often than not giving the ball to all these bigs down low, who are going to have a huge size advantage on Linn-Mar.
So, with Linn-Mar having a 9-10 record now, losing under 50% record, how do you see them making it to sub-state and state?
Well, they have to win, and it's not only do they have to win, but the way they've been losing these games are tough. They play horrible for 3 quarters, and then they just fight so hard to get back into it, and then they just run out of gas. You know, what you have to do is you have to come out, you have to have that same energy right from the start. You can't start in the 4th quarter. This is do or die time. If they want to continue playing, make it to state, they have to win this game, and they have to win a couple road games too, just to get to sub-state. So it's definitely a long road ahead if they want a chance to get to state.
Yeah, that would be a lot easier if we still had Kia Stokes here from last year. Yeah. Obviously, she's doing really well at Connecticut now. Have you heard anything about her lately?
Well, she's not starting, which even that, she's really a 6-man or 6 girl, you could say. But even that's completely impressive. Connecticut is not one of the best team over the years, women's basketball program. They had, I think, a 100-game winning streak at one point or something. It was ridiculous. So, I mean, they're just a very good basketball program. And right now, they aren't as good as they used to be, but they're still third in the country. So that's saying something.
And so for tonight's game, then, what's going to take for Linn-Mar to beat Washington tonight?
Well, like I said earlier, they have to come out to that fast start, and they have to control that front court. They can't let them just completely control the paint. They have to establish some defense down there, and they have to make up for the size. They have to make up the size for speed. They have to use their speed, because with shorter players, you're also going to have quicker foot speed, which means that's going to help in recover defense. So you have to use that speed to your advantage when they have all those bigs on the floor. And then finally, they have to pass the ball. With bigs, you are not bigs, you are not just be able to dribble, drive, and hope something good happens. You have to pass the ball, penetrate a little bit, kick it back out, penetrate again. You have to pass the ball to get easy shots, backdoors. You gotta confuse this Washington defense.
And now that you're saying that they have to confuse the Washington defense, what's going to take for Washington to be able to outscore Linn-Mar in tonight's game?
Well, they have to play within their system. They're scoring 60 points, almost 15 points above Linn-Mar right now. So they have to play within the system, and they have to control the paint. And in other words, they have to own the paint. It has to be theirs. They have to shut us down. We can't get anything in the paint for Washington to win. And they also have to control the pace. Linn-Mar's gonna want to get out and run, because when you're faster, if you run, you're more likely to get easy layups, and then you can build a lead, build your confidence. They have to control their pace, not commit turnovers.
And also, tonight is senior night for Linn-Mar at least. I don't know about Wash, but tonight's senior night for Linn-Mar, and we have two seniors tonight, Rachel Throon and Shanice Cheatham. And Cheatham, sadly, is out for the season with that ACL tear. It's too bad to see that, but on the bright side, she is going to athletic training when she goes to college.
Which is kind of, coincidence,
Exactly. It's sort of just good to see that she's like, maybe I should do something about this tear.
Yeah.
Maybe I should learn about what happened. But I think it was just great to see something like that. And we have about 1:25 seconds left. How do you see this game progressing out overall?
Well, obviously, Linn-Mar's the underdog. But Linn-Mar is very capable, in my opinion, of beating anybody in the state. We're very talented. There's times where we can just shoot the threes like it's nobody's business. So we can beat anybody. The problem is we take bad shots. We're not penetrating. We're not playing as a unit. We're trying too hard to, just get shots off. You have to work hard, pass the ball, be patient on the offensive end.
Well, other than that, Michael, are you ready for a good game tonight?
Yeah, I think it should be a good game.
All right. So with about 40 seconds left before the Linn-Mar Pep Band plays our national anthem for tonight, we'll be right back. And we're back. And here are your lineups for lineups. Excuse me, I'm stumbling over my words. Here are your lineups for tonight. At number 3, Abby Hurd, a 6 foot junior playing center for the Warriors. And number 2, Hannah Yearling, a 5'7" junior playing guard for the Lions. Number 21, Madison Kramer, a 6 foot junior playing guard for the Warriors. Number 4, Michaela Brandt, coach's daughter, playing guard at 5'6" junior. And number 23, Jazz Roystor, a 5'10" senior playing forward for the Washington Warriors. And number 10, Sarah Strahl, a 5'9" junior playing forward for the Lions. Number 25, Tasha Roundtree, a 5'7" senior playing guard for the Warriors. Going up against number 34, Courtney Major, a 5'9" junior playing guard for the Lions. And number 33, Danielle Franklin, a 6 foot sophomore playing forward for the Warriors. Going up against number 12, Rachel Thrun, a 5'8" senior playing forward for the Linn-Mar Lions. And those are your starting lineups for tonight, folks. Hope you're ready for a good game.
Yeah, it's interesting that Coach Brandt made a change in the lineup. Normally, Lemon Goose will start and Thrun will come off the bench, but you wonder if he gave Thrun the start because, it's her last night at home. She's a senior, so.
That's probably exactly right there.
Yeah.
As both teams are just about ready for tonight's game. Obviously, Rachel Thrun in the center of the Linn-Mar crowd there on the court is ready for her last game at home as a Linn-Mar basketball player ever. It's great to see that.
Yeah. It's definitely got to be bittersweet, and she's definitely going to want a victory. And just one more thought. Their shooting guard is 6 foot. Just something to throw out there for Washington.
And the ball's up, and Washington gets the ball first with Roundtree having the ball. Over to Royster, back to Roundtree. Over to Herb. Herb going for the shot, and this one's no good, and it's rebounded by Strahl.
You can see Linn-Mar's strategy right there. They're going to play the zone, and they're not going to let him beat him man-to-man.
Brandt with the ball. Trying to find her way around the Wash defense. As Strahl drives her way up to the paint, and Thrun almost had it, but it goes out. And it'll be Linn-Mar ball still.
I said man-to-man. It's probably more like girl-to-girl in this case.
As Yearling almost couldn't grab it, and Washington comes up with a rebound with the steal on the pass, actually.
Yeah, Linn-Mar can't have that in this game if they want to pull out with the victory.
Roundtree with the ball. Over to Kramer. And Herb going up for her second shot, and this one's also no good as Thrun comes up with the rebound. Thrun driving her way down. Over to Yearling. Going with the shot, and this one's no good as Herb comes up with the rebound. Passes it off to Roundtree.
Yearling missed that, but that's a good shot right there.
Franklin over to Kramer with the long ball, and this one's no good as Brandt comes up with the rebound. Passes it off to Yearling, who gets the almost easy layup up, but doesn't get it. And Wash comes up with the rebound. With Roundtree going up the middle and getting the easy layup.
That is a great move there by Roundtree with the nice little spin move to get past her defender.
Major with the ball over to Strahl. And Strahl's pass is blocked by Franklin. Obviously, that was some great defense right there by Franklin.
You can already see the length is, making a difference a 6-foot sophomore is going to be able to get those little lob passes.
Brant with the ball for the Lions. 2-0 game, 6:18 left in the first. And through with the shot, and this one's no good, but Strahl comes with the rebound, passes it off to Major, over to Brant. Back to Major, and back to Brant, telling people where she wants them to go.
Washington can't have that. They have to control the paint. They can't give Linn-Mar second chances.
As Brant with the ball over to Yearling with the long ball, and this one's just off target. And it'll end up being a jump ball for the rebound.
And that was great effort there by Sarah Strahl. You know, she knew her team was, and Washington had that, but she was not going to give up on this possession. They need a score there.
Brant with the ball for the Lions. Over to Yearling. And it looks like there will be a foul. That was on number 33, Danielle Franklin for Washington. That'll be her first foul for the night and the team's first of the night. Brant over to Yearling. All the way over to Major with the long ball. And this one's also off target. Roundtree with the ball. And Thrun almost comes up with the steal, but it ends up in Franklin's hands, but she misses the layup.
Linn-Mar got away with one there. They got beat, you know, trying to get a steal, and the ball ended up in, I think, her Franklin's hands.
Thrun with the long ball, and this one's no good. As she comes up with her own rebound. Yearling over to Brant. Trying to find her way through the Washington defense. Gets it to Strahl, and this shot's no good, and Kramer comes with the rebound.
Linn-Mar's having good offense. Their shots just aren't falling right now.
Roundtree with the ball, driving her way up to the middle, and the ball goes out, and it'll be Washington ball still. And number 20, Jenna Harms, comes into the game for the Lions, and also Brooke Foreman, number 11, for the Warriors. Foreman over to Royster. Roundtree. Back to Foreman, back to Foreman. And Royster with the shot, and this one's no good, and Yearling comes with the rebound.
Linn-Mar has great defense right now, and they're not letting Washington have second chances.
A little under 4.5 minutes left in the first. 2-0 game still. As Harms just can't pull that ball in, and it goes out of bounds on Linn-Mar.
You know, you wonder if the speed for all the guards on Linn-Mar is actually letting them get more rebounds against this Washington team.
Roundtree over to Foreman. Back to Roundtree all the way over, and Major comes up with the steal as Brant drives her way down. Over to Yearling, passes back to Brant with the long ball. This one's no good, but there'll be a foul on the play.
Looked like an over the back on Lemon Goose right there.
Yep, that's right. Number 50, Alexis Livingood came into the game earlier. I forgot to mention her.
That was great defense there by Washington. Made them take a jump shot on a 3-on-2.
Foreman over to Roundtree. Back to Foreman as she tries to fake out Yearling. Passes out to Frank with the long ball, and this one's no good. As Harms comes with the rebound. Over to Yearling. Over to Brant, trying to find her way through the Washington defense. Back to Yearling, over to Major with the shot, and this one's no good as Foreman comes up with the rebound for the Warriors.
So that's a good shot there for Linn-Mar. They're just not falling.
And the ball goes out of bounds on the Washington Warriors as Roundtree pretty much threw it blindly towards someone.
Well, there was two Washington players there. They were both on the block, and he threw it up the middle. And both of them thought the other one was going to get it. They just watched it fly by.
And number 13, Colby Bjornsson. That's a hard name to pronounce. Colby Bjornsson, a 5'3" junior, comes into for the Warriors. As Kristen Eilis also comes in, number 22 for the Lions, as she missed her shot.
Living Goose made a mistake there. She can't leave her feet. Staying on their feet and just keeping their hands up has been working so far. You can't jump.
And that was Kelly Klaus, number 45, with the easy layup for the Warriors. Brandt with the ball. Over to Harms, who gets the shot up but draws up the foul.
That's exactly what Linn-Mar needs to do. They need to drive and draw fouls. Jump shots are not the answer right now.
Harms on the year is a 77.8% free throw shooter. And the first shot's no good by Harms.
That percentage is second best on the team.
And Rachel Thrun and Abby Herb come back into the game. 2 minutes 35 seconds left in the first quarter. A 4-0 game where the Warriors still up. And the second shot by Harms is good. She's 1 for 2 on the night. As Foreman calling out the shots for the Warriors. Back to Bjornsson. And Foreman with the long ball, but this one's no good as Thrun comes up the rebound. Brandt with the ball, taking her time up the court. Over to Eilis. Over to Harms, trying to find someone open. Libenguth with the ball. Back to Harms with the long ball. And this one just bounces in for 3.
That's a good shot there by Jenna Harms. They were having those shots earlier. It just wasn't falling. That was a great setup there by Libenguth.
Harms with the only points in the game with a tie at 4-4. Minute 45 left in the first quarter. And Libenguth knocks the ball out of bounds, and it will still be Washington ball.
Right there, that was perfect execution by Washington. That's the way you break a zone. You put 2 people in one zone, and eventually you're going to get one behind the defender.
Number 35, Alina Hobbs, comes into the game for the Warriors as she tries to drive the ball up. Doesn't draw up the foul, but draws it the second time. That first time wasn't called by the refs.
It was a clean block by Libenguth the first one. It looked pretty good the second time. And Libenguth wasn't happy, partially because that's 2 fouls on her.
And the first shot by Hobbs is good. Hobbs on average this year is a 50% free throw shooter.
So if we're going straight by statistics, she'd miss this one. Of course, that's not how it works, so.
You never know. And the second one by Hobbs is good. And number 21, Madison Kramer, comes back into the game for the Warriors. Minute 37 left in the first quarter. Warriors are up 6-4. As Kristen Eilis can't bring the ball in for the Lions. And it rolls out of bounds.
It was a good idea. The pass was just a little more towards out of bounds, and Eilis wasn't able to corral it.
Roundtree with the ball. Over to Hobbs. Over to Klaus. Hobbs with the ball again. Over to Kramer. Driving her way around. Over to Roundtree. And Hobbs back with the ball. Trying to find their way around the Linn-Mar defense. As Hobbs with the ball again. Over to Herb. Kramer with the ball. Trying to drive away around. And Herb with the long ball. This one's good for 3.
Linn-Mar needs to have some momentum going into the second quarter. They'd like to score some points by the end of the quarter.
And Strahl with the ball. Over to through Harms, and she tries to do it around the defender pass to Thrun, but she can't get it off.
Strahl was trying to do too much there. She had a little floater there, maybe a 10-foot jump shot that would have been open. Instead, she tried to do a little bit too much, and she just threw it out of bounds.
And number 33, Dana Franklin, comes back into the game for the Warriors. Roundtree taking her time trying to find some open room. And Franklin driving her way up, and she gets the easy layup.
This is danger time for Linn-Mar.
11-4, just about done with the first quarter. And Harms with the ball over to Brandt, seeing the clock. And she gets the shot up, and this one's no good. And at the end of the first quarter, our score here is the Washington Warriors 11, the Linn-Mar Lions 4. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live basketball action right after this.
Welcome home, man.
And we're back at the start of the second quarter. Our score here is Cedar Rapids, Washington 11, Linn-Mar 4. How do you think that first quarter went, Michael?
Well, for Linn-Mar, even though the score trailers were down 7, it actually went a lot better than that. The shots weren't falling, but Linn-Mar outplayed Washington in every category except scoring, which of course is the only one that matters. But the effort, all the hustle plays, Linn-Mar was getting.
And so Washington will start the ball this quarter, and Herb comes up with the easy layup, making it a 9-point game as Yearling has the ball for the Lions.
Yeah.
But gets called for traveling.
Really needs to start dribbling before she takes that first step.
And so Wash will have the ball, and it'll be in Franklin's hands. But Franklin will drop the foul. Harms with the ball for the Lions. Passes it off to Yearling, but can't keep it in bounds.
Linn-Mar cannot have that. They want to win this game. Turnovers is not what they need. They need to get the ball down the floor, good execution, get open shots, and hopefully they'll start falling.
Franklin with the ball over to Roundtree. Kramer trying to find a way around the defense. Passes it up to Royster and over to Herb, who can't get the shot up, and it'll be out on the Lions. Herb with the ball all the way over to Roundtree and up the center to Kramer, getting the shot up, and this one's no good as Strahl comes with the rebound.
That's great defense there by Linn-Mar.
Brandt driving her way up, but she draws up the foul.
Are they going to call that shooting or on the ground? Looks like they're going to call that on the ground foul, so Linn-Mar will have to inbound it.
Yearling with the ball for the Lions, gets the shot up, and this one's no good. But she gets her own rebound, passes it off to Brandt. As she passes it back to Yearling, driving her way up the paint, and she gets called for traveling again.
I don't know how you can be called for traveling while you're dribbling, but I don't know about that call.
And so Cedar Rapids, Washington will have the ball right here with Roundtree taking it up court. Passes it up to Kramer. Over to back to Roundtree, back to Kramer. And Franklin with the shot, but this one's no good as Roundtree comes up with the rebound. Passes it out to Herb with the long ball, and this one's also no good as Brandt finally comes up the rebound for the Lions. And Strahl just can't get the pass in from Major, and it'll go out of bounds on the Lions.
There's another turnover for Linn-Mar. They're trying to do too much, and they're trying those lob passes. The problem is, with all this height that Washington has on the floor, they have to add a little more height to their passes. So now they're going a little farther, and they're not adjusting to that.
Foreman with the ball. Passes it off to Kramer. Back to Foreman. Foreman at 5'6", looks like the shortest girl on the court, but she's also one of the most aggressive. And Kramer draws up the foul.
Oh, it was traveling violation.
Excuse me, traveling. Just looked like a foul, though, because you also saw that Jenna Harms fell on her butt.
You wonder if there might have been a little bit of sweat on the floor or something, that caused her to slip.
So Brent will have the ball for the Lions, passes it all the way over to number 44, Laney Nieder, who comes into the game.
And Laney immediately draws up a foul, so she'll get 2 free throws. But right there, that was a tremendous pass by Michaela Brandt. She just, that was almost a half-court pass.
On the year so far, Laney Nieder is a 50% free throw shooter. And she makes her first one for the night. As number 22, Kristen Islas, comes back into the game for the Lions. And the second shot by Nieder is good. And so Foreman will take the ball up court for the Warriors. Passes off Kramer. Over to Franklin. Back to Foreman, all the way over to Royster. And gets a shot up, and this one's no good. And it'll go out on the Warriors, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball.
And Kramer can't believe it, and I agree with her. It looked like Linn-Mar batted it out of her hands.
And so it'll be Linn-Mar ball again. 5 minutes, 25 seconds left in the first half. 13-6 game with the Warriors still up.
And our cameraman is showing his hands by retrieving a ball back to the ref.
Good work to him. And so the ball goes out, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball again. Passes it off to Harms, but the pass gets blocked. The pass gets blocked by Royster, and she tries going for the shot, but can't do it, and draws up the foul.
No, she missed the shot, and then there was an over-the-back foul on Foreman.
And so Harms with the ball over to Major, and it'll be a jump ball as Foreman almost got in there and tried to steal the ball.
Well, that was a bad pass by Harms. She had Major open. The problem is that she allowed that ball to for an opportunity for a jump ball.
And Brandt driving her way up the court and loses the ball on the dribble.
I get a reach-in foul on Brandt. She drove and tried to pass it, but the pass was blocked, and then she tried to grab on the ball, maybe draw a jump ball, but she wasn't able to do it.
And so Foreman will have the ball. Foreman over to Royster, over to Franklin with the shot, but it's no good. But Herb comes up with the rebound and can't get the shot up.
And that's a tough break for Linn-Mar. Jenna Harms did foul her, but it looked like it fouled her before she shot the shot. Unfortunately, they didn't call it at first, so now Herb gets 2 free throws.
And on the year so far, Herb is a 61% free throw shooter, and she's 1 for 1 tonight.
Have we seen a missed free throw yet so far tonight? No, 1. We saw, I think Harms missed 1 at the beginning of the game.
And there's 2. As Herb could not get her second free throw in, Linn-Mar will have the ball with Major over to Brandt. Trying to find her way around the defense. Brandt getting the shot up, and this one can't creep in.
And that's an over-the-back foul on, I think, number 21, Madison Kramer.
Yep, that is Madison Kramer, and it'll be her first foul of the night. And Wash has 6 fouls on the night so far.
Yeah, so now Linn-Mar will be in the bonus for the final 4.5 minutes of the half.
And Straw with the ball.
They're going to call reach-in foul on number 45, Kelly Kloss. I don't know about that one. That looked like clean defense right there.
Yeah, you could hear all the Washington fans over there sort of complaining about the call.
Wait, no. Yeah, they're going to buzz him. It's a 1-on-1.
And so Niedert will be at the free throw line. Niedert so far has made both her free throw attempts. And this shot is no good by Niedert. As Roundtree has the ball for the Warriors. Over to Foreman. Foreman passing it off to Herb. Over to Klaus, but she can't get the shot up and draws up a foul.
Yeah, they're going to call a foul on Strahl. She went up for the shot. She hit her hand. But still, I think that's a good foul right there. She probably would have made that layup.
Klaus's first free throw is good. On the year, Kelly Klaus is a 40% free throw shooter. And the second free throw by Klaus is good. Eilis over to Strahl. Back to Eilis. All the way over to Niedert. Bryant with the ball.
Yeah, Franklin was lucky she didn't get a foul on Brandt right there.
And the shot by Major is no good, and Franklin comes up with the rebound. As Roundtree over to Franklin. Back to Roundtree. All the way over. Tried to pass it off to Herb, but the pass was a little too high, and it goes out of bounds on the Warriors.
It wasn't just that, it was really high. I don't know, she might have been past it. If Derek Gogg was on the floor, he might have been able to reel that one in, but.
And so Yearling will have the ball, passes it off to Strahl. This shot is no good.
That was a great pass by Yearling. Just Strahl wasn't able to make the layup.
And the three-pointer by Franklin is no good. And Yearling comes up with a good layup.
That ball was tipped around, and Yearling was able to track that one down.
So Roundtree will have the ball. And she's going around everyone, passing it off to Klaus, who gets the good layup.
And that's all Roundtree right there. She ran right into the middle of the zone, so Lainey Nieder had to move up, and then it was an easy layup for Kelly Klaus.
And so Brandt with the ball over to Strahl, over to Major with the shot, and this one just bounces out. And it looks like there'll be a foul.
No, I think they're going to call it out of bounds. Yeah, it's going to be Washington ball. I don't know how there was no foul there. Yearling was practically shoved to the ground.
And so number 50, Alexis Libenguth, and number 12, Rachel Throon, both come back into the game for the Lions. As Roundtree has the ball for the Warriors. And Hobbs back to Roundtree, over to Kramer. All the way over to Roundtree with the long ball, and this one's no good. But it hits the top of the backboard, and it's interference.
Yeah, it's going to be out of bounds there on Washington.
And it looks like a timeout will be taken by Linn-Mar. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live action right after this.
Texting is cool. Driving is cool. Texting and driving, not cool.
And with 2 minutes, 16 seconds left in the first half, our score here at Linn-Mar High School after the timeout is Cedar Rapids, Washington, 18, Linn-Mar, 8. As Yearling has the ball, passes it off to Throon. Gets the pass back to Yearling, but it bounces out of bounds.
Yeah, that was a tip pass there by Washington. And that really bailed Linn-Mar out. They were pushing with that 10-second violation.
And so Brandt with the ball over to Liebenguth. She pretty much hands it off to Roundtree, and she gets the easy layup.
Yeah, Liebenguth needs to keep that ball high. They may be a lot. Yeah, there's going to be a reaching foul. A dumb foul there by Jazz Royster. I mean, that's 90 feet from the basket. I don't know why you would foul there. But Liebenguth, even though there's a lot of tall players on Washington, she's still 6'2", one of the taller players, probably the tallest player on the floor. So he needs to hold that ball high where no one can get it.
And so Brandt with the ball. Brandt on the year is a 67% free throw shooter. And the shot's up is no good by Brandt as Klaus passes it out to Roundtree. Over to Franklin. And Kramer with the long ball, but this one's no good. And Herb goes up with the second shot, and this one's good.
That's great interior passing there by Washington. They're getting great passing in the middle of the paint. They're going to force Linn-Mar to take off this zone.
So Thrun with the ball.
Yeah. Number 12 Rachel Thrun, didn't see Laney neither open on the other side of the court. She could have easily avoided that 10-second call.
And so Kramer will have the ball as she passes it off to Hobbs. And now Roundtree with the ball. Over to Herb with the long ball, and this one's good. It's only good for 2. And Thrun over to Yearling. Brandt with the ball. Under a minute left. 24-8 game with the Warriors still up. Passes it off to Strahl. All the way over to Major. And Yearling with the ball, and that shot's no good as Herb comes up with the rebound.
Yeah, it's going to be a foul on Major. That's a good foul, though, because they were going to have numbers on the other end of the court. And Linn-Mar had a foul to give, so it's a good foul there.
About 40 seconds left in the game. 24-8 game still. With the Warriors still up. As Roundtree has the ball for the Warriors. Passes out to Foreman. Over to Kramer. And Brandt comes up with a nice steal. Driving her way down the court, and she gets the shot up.
That was great defense by Michaela Brandt. And I said this at the beginning. You have to let your defense create offense.
And the ball is tipped by Major, but the ball goes out. And the ball rolls right towards us. Good job, Michael, on getting that nice pass there. And back to the game with under 10 seconds left.
And Washington fouled him. That's a very bad foul there by Roundtree. That's 2 so far in this quarter. Linn-Mar was probably going to have to throw up a 3. He probably would have missed it. Now we have a chance to get 2 free throws. It's a 1-and-1, though, so.
6.9 seconds left in the first half. 24-10 game with Brandt up at the free throw line. And the shot by Brandt is good. 24-11 game. Brandt with only 3 points in the game tonight. And the second free throw by Brandt is no good. As Strahl comes up with the steal and just can't get the shot in. So at the end of the first half, our score here at Linn-Mar High School is Cedar Rapids, Washington, 24. The Linn-Mar Lions, 11. We'll be right back with your halftime performance by the Linn-Mar Varsity Poms squad right after this.
other chef, right? Right? That's so gay. That's really gay. Look at those pants.
Please don't say that.
What?
Don't say that something is gay when you mean that something is dumb or stupid. It's insulting. It's like if I thought this pepper shaker was stupid and I said, man, this pepper shaker is so 16-year-old boy with a cheesy mustache. Just saying. When you say that's so gay, do you realize what you say? Knock it off.
And here with your halftime performance tonight is the number 8 ranking in the nation, the Linn-Mar Varsity Poms squad, and their jazz routine.
The Poms will be performing their award-winning jazz routine. The team just returned from the national competition where 300 teams qualified and 35 states were represented. Amongst their 8-place Poms routine, the team also placed 11th place in the nation in their jazz routine that they will be performing tonight. Once again, please welcome the Linn-Mar Varsity Poms. That's your award-winning Linn-Mar Varsity Poms. Congratulations, ladies.
And we're back with our second half of tonight's game between Cedar Rapids Washington Warriors and the Linn-Mar Lions. The score here so far is 24-11 with the Warriors still leading. Michael, how'd that first half go?
Well, you know, the score doesn't tell it, but, you know, Linn-Mar actually played relatively well. You know, we aren't making our shots, but we did shoot well. You know, we were, not shoot well, we did pass well, we played good defense. You know, we executed offense. Now we just need to get those shots to fall. We need to show that energy that was shown in the first half of the whole game. You can tell our speed is definitely affecting Washington.
And so with about 20 seconds left, what's it going to take for Linn-Mar to come back and make this one an even closer game, if not win it?
Well, they have to make their open shots. They haven't been doing that so far. They have to make a layup. They have to make those open jump shots they've had. They played, even though they've only scored 11 points, they played tremendous. They just need to make their shots.
And so at the start of the second half, the Washington Warriors will have the ball first as Roundtree has the ball. Passes it up to Kramer. Roundtree back with the ball. Over to Kramer again. All the way over to Herb, and she gets the shot up.
Yeah, Linn-Mar can't have that. They have to play good defense like they were in the first half.
And so the ball will go out of bounds on the Warriors, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball. As Yearling has the ball for the Lions. Passes it up to Brandt. Over to Major. Trying to find a way around the defense. Passes it up to Strahl. Over to Brandt.
Major needs to take that shot. She got an open shot there, and she didn't take it.
And Yearling with the ball. Passes it back to Major. We'll see if she takes that open shot like he said before. But passes it out to Brandt. Back to Major. Over to Thrun. And she gets the shot in.
That was a great shot by Thrun. We could see that she was actually behind the basket. So she had a bad angle of the shot, but she made a great shot there.
And the ball is tipped out of bounds by Sarah Strahl, and it'll be the Warriors' ball still.
That's good defense by Strahl. That was going to be an easy layup, but she tipped it out of bounds.
And so Kramer with the ball all the way over to Franklin. And Franklin goes for the shot. This one goes in for two.
See, that's the problem when you go with the small lineup against a bunch of 6-footers. You're going to run into this problem of post-up.
Yearling almost lost the ball in the pass. Passes it off to Brandt, but she can't get the three-pointer in.
You know,
And Washington rebounds.
She missed that shot, but that's a good shot there. She had an open three. If she makes that, you know, Linn-Mar gets some momentum.
So Franklin with the ball passes it off to Royster. Over to Herb. Back to Franklin. Ball's tipped out of her hands by Yearling, and she passes it off to Major. Great defense by Yearling there.
Yeah, tremendous defense by Yearling. Now let's see if Linn-Mar can make something of it.
And Major just about made the three. It just rolls right off. And so Roundtree rebounds it. Herb. Yeah, she almost passes it right into Major's hands. And it ends up being in Brandt's hands for the Lions. As Yearling has the ball now for the Lions. Passes it up to Strahl. Over to Brandt. Trying to find around the defense. Over to Thrun with the long ball. And this one's just barely no good as Royster comes up the rebound. Getting heavy double coverage defense by the Lions.
That was a 30-second timeout by Washington as they were trapped.
And that'll be a 30-second timeout by the Warriors. Michael, how is it that the Lions are able to get back in this game somehow?
Well, you've already seen so far they've missed some open shots. And, you know, you saw Major. Her confidence clearly isn't there. It's normal at the beginning of the game, she had an open shot. She would have taken that. Start of the second half, she did not take that shot. She needs to take that shot if Linn-Mar needs to get back into this game. They need to make their open jumpers. Washington's giving them jumpers. They're not giving them the paint. So we're going to have to make them come out and guard us from the three-point line and in.
5 minutes, 24 seconds left in the third quarter. 28-13 game still, with the Warriors still up as Roundtree has the ball. Tries to pass it off to Kramer, but she can't hang on to it. It rolls out of bounds. It'll be Linn-Mar ball.
That was a good cut by Kramer and a pretty good pass by Roundtree, but Kramer wasn't able to handle it.
And it looks like Poms passed it right into Herb's hands, and she goes up for the shot, and she draws up the foul as well. Excuse me, that was actually Madison Kramer, number 21, who did all the work there.
That was a Straw's second foul, and I don't know if that looked more like a charge. It looked like she was set there. It looked like good defense.
And number 42, Carly Ryder, comes into the game for the Lions. And the free throw by Kramer is good. And Yearling with the ball, driving her way down the court. And Straw over to Brandt. Should she have taken the shot there?
No, she should have had. She had an open. She should have bounced past it to, I believe, Major on the other side for an easy layup.
As Brandt has the ball. Straw with the ball, gets the shot up, and this one's good for two.
That's a tremendous hook shot by Straw right there.
And Kramer with the ball, over to Franklin, over to Royster. Herb with the ball. And now Franklin again, passes off to Royster, drives her way up and gets a shot in. Straw with the ball. Over to Major, over to Ryder, back to Major, over to Straw, trying to find their way around this heavy Warrior defense. And the shot by Yearling's blocked right over hands by Herb, but it ends up being Linn-Mar ball still, and Major gets the score.
See, there's where Major gets in the point column, and we need her to score because she's second to team in scoring with 8 points.
And number 50, Alexis Lippenguth, comes back into the game along with number 22, Kristen Eilis. As the ball goes out on the Warriors, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball. Ryder with the ball, over to Lippenguth. Eilis driving her way down the court. Tries to pass it off to Brandt, but she gets it in the hands of Major, and she can't make the shot. As Lippenguth also grabs the rebound, tries to make the shot, but she can't make it.
You know, that was a tough layup for Major. She looked like she was fouled, but Lippenguth has to make that layup. The ball bounced our way, and Lippenguth missed the layup. She has to make that shot.
And Roundtree takes the ball up court for the Warriors, as Herb has the ball now, trying to find her way around the defense. Heavy passing by the Warriors as Roundtree almost gets the shot in, and Major comes up the rebound. Eilis with the ball. Over to Brandt. Driving her way down, getting good help from her offense. And the ball goes out, and it'll be Linn-Mar ball.
So I like the way Linn-Mar's playing right now. Linn-Mar needs more production, though, from Michaela Brandt and Courtney Major. Together, they're averaging 18 points a game. Right now, they're only having 5. They only have 5 to combine.
And Lippenguth gets a nice tip after she lost the ball on the pass. And it'll be another 30-second timeout by the Warriors. 2 minutes, 52 seconds left in the third quarter. It's still a 33-17 game with the Warriors still up. Are the Lions getting anywhere here? Are they trying to get up to close to score?
Well, they're trying. This is really their season right here. But, you know, like that layup by Lippenguth, you have to make that. That open 3 by Brandt, she has to make that. You know, there's a lot of shots they had to make. You know, they play great on defense. You know, they've hold Washington's averaging 60 points a game. And right now they're 12 points under that pace, so.
And so after the timeout, the Warriors will have the ball. And so Hobbs with the ball over to Foreman. Passes it off to Franklin, over to Herb. Back to Foreman. Over to Franklin. And Klaus with the ball. And she passes it off to Franklin, who gets the backwards layup up for 2. Livinguth with the ball, passes all the way over to Brandt. Over to Major. All the way over to Ryder. Gets the shot up, and this one's good for 2. And she draws up the foul.
Nope, they're not going to count it. That was on the ground. I disagree. They made that same type of call on the other end, and they gave that to Washington. That's a tough call there for
Ryder. And so Linn-Mar has the ball. Ellis over to Yearling. And Foreman comes up with the steal off Yearling's pass. And she gets the easy layup up.
And this is where you're starting to see a little more talented Washington team taking over.
And the shot by Ilus is good for 3.
And you can see Kayla Brand, after she made that 3, she clapped her hands, looked at her teammates, and said, "Let's go." She's definitely trying to pump up her teammates.
So the Warriors have the ball with Herb having the ball in her hands right now. Trying to pass it to someone who wasn't really open, and it goes out of bounds.
That was a tough pass right there. I mean, it would have had to been right on target for that pass to be, caught.
A little over a minute 30 left in the third quarter. 37-19 game with the Warriors still up.
Double dribbled. She dribbled right when she stole it, and she seemed like she didn't realize she had dribbled there.
And so Yearling will take the ball up for the Lions, getting defense from Foreman. And Nieder comes into the game, gets the shot up, and this one's good.
And that is a great pass there by Yearling, setting up Nieder for her second basket of the game.
And so Hobbs with the ball. Over to Kramer. And Royster getting the shot up, and this one's good for 2.
And Royster's very lucky she didn't get a charge there, as she pretty much ran over Isles.
And Linn-Mar tried to pass it in, and Ryder just couldn't grab the ball. And so it'll be Warrior ball still. As Foreman has the ball. Under a minute left in the third quarter. And Hobbs with the 3-pointer, but it's no good. And Kramer comes with the rebound. This one's good for 2.
Yeah, you can see Linn-Mar starting to get tired. Those were the plays in the first half. They were not letting them get second chances. They were boxing out better.
And Nieder comes up with the obvious charge.
Are they going to count that? No, it looks like they're going to call that one on the ground, too. That's another really tough call for Linn-Mar. They've made 2 layups, but they've both been negated because of fouls. So they'd rather take the layups.
And so Nieder can't come up with the ball, and the Warriors come up with a steal. Kramer over to Royster. Heavy passing by the Warriors as the ball's flying all over the court. Klaus with the ball. And the shot was up and good by Roundtree. And 10 seconds left. 43-21 game with the Warriors still up. And Brandt gets the shot up. This one's no good, but...
No, they're going to call a foul. They're probably going to add about 1/10 of a second to the clock.
Yep. Nieder was able to come up with the rebound there, and she tried to get the shot up, but she gets fouled in the process.
Let's see what they're going to do. Are they going to add time on?
Looks like Coach Brand isn't too happy over there as he's arguing with the ref's call. The
foul happened before the horn blew, so I don't know what they're foul is right now. Laney Nieder should get layups.
But it looks like they're not going to count it, and we're going to the fourth quarter now. We'll be right back with more Linn-Mar live action right after this. A 43-22 game with the Warriors still up. And we're at the start of the fourth quarter. The 43-22 game is still underway, and the Warriors are still up. Michael, what's it going to take for the Lions to even have a chance to come back in this fourth quarter?
Well, they can't really allow Washington to score anymore. They have to start making these. They can't miss any of these open shots they've been getting. Let's see. The rest are still at the score table, so let's see what they're going to come up with. A little bit of a controversy at the end of that third quarter.
Definitely a little bit of controversy after Laney Nieder tried to get the shot up, but she gets fouled. But it looks like no foul will be called.
I think they're going to count the foul. They're just not going to give her free throws, which doesn't make sense to me. If you count the foul, you should get free throws still.
And so Brant will have the ball for the Lions this fourth quarter. Passes it out to Nieder, and this shot's no good, and she draws up the foul.
Laney's just like, so I make the layup with the block, and you don't count that one, and I get a shot off with the block, and you count the shot, but it doesn't go in. So she's got to be frustrated right now.
But she makes her first free throw just fine. For a freshman, she's doing really well this year.
Yeah, right now she's really she is our leading scorer right now. So.
And the second free throw just makes it in there, making it a 24-43 game with the Warriors still up. And Herb with the ball. Passing it out to Roundtree, over to Royster. And Hobbs with the ball all the way over to Kramer as she drives her way in and gets the foul. Kramer on the year is a 54% free throw shooter, and we'll see if she makes her two tonight. And the first free throw by Kramer is good, making it a 44-24 game. And second free throw by Kramer is good. As number 33, Franklin, comes in for the Warriors, and number 10, Sarah Strahl, comes into the game for the Lions. Yearling with the ball, over to Brandt. Driving her way around the court, over to right through. Nieder with the ball. That was...
I'm going to call that on the ground, but these team fouls are adding up on Washington. And Laney Nieder is really in the middle of it all. And you can see Coach Brandt has really no desire to take her out as she's been our offense for about the last 5 or 6 minutes.
And after the foul, the Linn-Mar has the ball, and Yearling has the possession of it right now. As Strahl has the ball now. Driving her way up, tries to get the shot up, it's a little short. And Royster just barely can't make the shot, and she draws up the foul as well. 7 minutes left in the game, a 45-24 game with the Warriors up by the wide margin.
You know, people are going to look at this and they're going to say, wow, Linn-Mar got blown out. But if you really watch this game, well, he did get blown out. For most of the game, we were getting those hustle plays. We were getting open shots. They were making contested shots. Problem is, we weren't making our shots, so it looks worse than it really was. Linn-Mar has been with Washington every step of the way.
And so Brandt has the ball, calling the shots on the court, tries to drive her way up, and this one just can't get in there. And she tries to save the ball, but she was already out of bounds.
That ball almost went in there for Kayla Brandt. and as he pretty much took on the whole Washington defense.
And so Franklin out of the ball, trying to find someone open.
And then 5-second call. Could be a 5-second violation on Franklin.
6 minutes, 28 seconds left in the game. 46-24 game still, with the Warriors still up. And so Brent will have the ball. Trying to find